Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Poriyal. Very happy New Year to you. Thank you for choosing to start your year with us, January 1st, 2021. What you see in front of you is an authentic set meal thali from the southern part of India. Many of the dishes feature from the most interesting parts of Tamil Nadu, and we hope that today you will get a good mix of the flavors and variety. So we start the meal with 3 condiments which are placed at the center of the table. From the extreme left to the right, the one on the extreme left is garlic with peanuts, followed by orange pickle, and then the third one is ajwain, which is a very interesting spice used to aid in digestion. Now the way to start the meal is, if I can request each one of you to take away the applams that you have on your plate. You remove the bowl of rice or millets that you have and place it on the side. So you place the millet or the rice on the side. You take your spoon and serve yourself 1 tablespoon of the rice in the center of your plate, or the millets, whichever you've chosen to have. Once you serve yourself the portion of either rice or millets, I will then encourage you to take a small teaspoon or 2 of one of the 2 powders that I just introduced, either the garlic with peanuts or the ajwain, and you pour it over, just a little bit, so that's enough. So you take a little bit of the powder, either of the 2 powders, take a spoon or 2, pour that over. And I will then give, on top of the rice. There we go, a little bit more. And I'll pour a little bit of clarified butter. Now you can mix this properly and have it with the pickle. Pour yourself a spoon of the pickle as well, the orange pickle today. There you go. And start your meal. Traditionally, this is the authentic way to start a meal to help with digestion, to set you on the course to enjoy the rest of the meal. Now, you notice a number of other dishes on your plates today. We start from the fritter. So this is a deep fried fritter, also called a vade, and this is a specific vade called the medu vade, very, very popular in the south. I hope you enjoy it. Next, you have the dessert. This is a jackfruit paste pudding, which is a very interesting pudding that we make, and I hope that you enjoy it. Then we have got a mixed vegetable dish, which you must definitely try today. It's a good mix of what is called chayote. Chayote is a very healthy item. You have flat beans with lentils, which is called the usili, avarangai usili. You have the kalyana sambar. Now, kalyana sambar is a wedding lentil-based stew, and it's called a wedding stew because it was the pride of the host to be able to offer a rich lentil-based stew like this to so many guests for the wedding of their child. And so it was a matter of pride for them to offer it. Because it's the start of the year, we wanted it to be an auspicious start, so we offered the wedding sambar. And the last lighter stew is the rasam, which comes from Karnataka. It's called the Kannadiga rasam. Right? Enjoy the meal. You have the welcome drink that was served to you as well, which is a combination of lemon, ginger, cardamom, and jaggery. Please enjoy your meal, and let us know if you need extras of anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ragavan. Thank you.
Pleasure. I can pour the ghee for any of the others.
Looks like a very good mix.
Thank you, sir.
In the right balance, the carbohydrate, the protein, the vitamins, minerals, the greens, the sprouts. So it looks like it has everything in the right proportion to give a balanced diet.
Ideally, we want every dish to feel that it is the right balance and mix. I'm glad you also think so.
Food looks delicious.
You must taste it and then let us know whether what looks good also tastes as good.
Thank you.
We hope you give us the good feedback.
Sure.
And authentic.
Yes, the idea here is to serve food as if it was served in your own home. So we have not compromised on quality of ingredients, we have not compromised on the process. Everything has been done paying a lot of attention to detail. Our inspiration is a 72-year-old woman. Her name is Jamuna Pati. Pati means grandmother. And grandmother is the one who has chosen all of these dishes that you're eating today with the help of our head chef Hema. The both of them collaborate to prepare these meals on a daily basis.
Thank you.
The 72-year-old lady comes here every morning and she's the inspiration for our chef. Thank you.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the meal.
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Happy New Year to all the viewers.
Hello. And
Hello.
turn over the vegetarian world with the yummy tummy in Singapore. So let's begin. My name is Li Ying. I'm a sushi volunteer. I'm actually be a vegetarian for more than 5 years, and one of the reasons I'm vegetarian is following master's teaching. So the first precept is no killing. So vegetarian is one of the lifestyle that I'm going to adopt. So I'm going to hand over to Vidya, who will introduce why she and the family are vegetarian.
Right. Hi. Hello everyone. I have always been a vegetarian. I was, because of religious reasons, because of cultural reasons, vegetarianism has always been promoted. And even though I've had a choice to try other food options, there's probably, I would say, a mind block because of my upbringing. And I've never had a desire to overcome this mind block, because you can see so much variety in vegetarianism is available. There's textures, there's spices, there are different flavors. Everything's available in vegetarian food with the right proportion. So I've never really had the desire to try anything other than vegetarian. I'm very satisfied and happy.
Today's focus is talking about vegetarian and kidney health. Let's listen to Sashi, who share about how to prevent the kidney disease from a vegetarian point of view.
You might be wondering why vegetarianism and kidney health. I am Shashidhar Vaikunje. I am a nephrologist in Sengkang General Hospital, and my colleague Li Ying is also a nephrologist, and we see an awful lot of kidney patients every day. Kidney disease is on the rise, there's absolutely no doubt. And two important risk factors for development of kidney disease is diabetes and hypertension. Some of you may not really know that diabetes is actually a global pandemic. You might have heard about COVID causing global pandemic, everybody knows about it. But diabetes as a global pandemic, yes, it's a much bigger problem. In fact, it is a silent killer. So prevention is better than cure, isn't it? So how do we prevent diabetes and hypertension, the two biggest risk factors of kidney disease, by switching to vegetarian diet? There are studies which have shown that the vegetarians are at lesser risk of developing diabetes, and there are studies which have shown that even the risk of high blood pressure is lower in vegetarians as opposed to non-vegetarians. For example, there was one study which had looked at patients who have diabetes who were on meat-based diet, and when they switched to vegetarian diet, their sugar control significantly improved. The need for medications, the number of medications they were on was much less on vegetarian diet as compared to non-vegetarian diet. So these are the evidence that we have that vegetarian diet is actually better in preventing diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and these are the risk factors for kidney disease. And my colleague Li Ying is now going to tell us how vegetarian diet is going to be beneficial to our kidney patients. And Li Ying, would you recommend vegetarian diet based on the current evidence to patients with kidney disease? What are your thoughts?
So basically, vegetarian, diets is a mainly plant-based that contain a lot of like potassium and so forth. If your kidney function is still able to function quite a decent way, so it really help to reduce the waste production. So when the kidney function is really dropped to too low, then of course you have to seek the advice from your healthcare professionals. Having said that, plant-based diet is actually very rich in alkaline, so this is good for your health as well. So let's talk about basically the Singapore studies have shown that people taking high meat diet have been associated with chronic kidney disease. So moving forward, we encourage more people to adopt a healthy lifestyle eating, and also we know that plant-based diet, right? They contain the legumes and nuts and so forth. Having said the nuts, right? Usually they contain certain phosphate, but this type of phosphate will not as easily absorbable as compared to the processed food and the meat type. The dietary phosphate derived from the meat, other products. So today I think it's quite a lot more talking about kidney disease as well as a vegetarian. Let's listen to Vidya to share about how to have a more balanced diet where you derive your omega-3, B12 from a vegetarian meal.
Vegetarian meals have the option of using flax seeds, walnuts, which are really high in omega-3 fatty acids. And let me also talk to you about this particular food item here, which is the idli. Yeah, this is a very wholesome meal in a way because it's got the carbohydrates and the lentils in the right proportion for a balanced diet. Proportion of about 3:1 rice and lentils. So this is steam cooked, overnight ground and steam cooked, and enjoyed with coconut chutney, sambar. Again, these two are the types of chutneys. This is sambar here, sambar, and coconut chutney, tomato chutney, and coconut and green chili chutney. Li Ying, would you want to add anything more about?
Yeah.
I would like to ask a question to Li. You mentioned about protein restriction, phosphate, low phosphate in vegetarian diet. Protein restriction is something that we recommend to our kidney patients to delay the progression. It looks like the vegetarian diet is perfect for delaying the CKD progression, isn't it, Ling?
Precisely. So basically, less protein, right, which also help to preserve the kidney function. So anything else, Sashi, that I have missed out?
One point that I would like to make is that the quality of the protein. There is a misconception that vegetarian protein may not be as good as meat, but that is not actually true. If you have different lentils, different vegetarian proteins in the right proportion, if you rotate and use different lentils, you can overcome that problem. Isn't it, Vidya?
Yeah. So you have varieties of lentils available, which can give different flavors each day. You can have it in every day you can have a different lentil, and the taste, the flavor, everything changes, and you're still managing to get the wholesome experience in as you progress along.
Ling, what do you think about the potassium? Obviously, vegetarian diet is rich in fruits and vegetables. And would the potassium content worry you? For example, would you want to warn your patients about eating too much fruits and vegetables? What are your thoughts?
We always emphasize about moderation. So when their kidney function is still able to, cope and manage without any issue about potassium, so of course you take within the right serving, at least around 2 to 4 portions a day. That will be helpful. moreover, the plant-based diet contains this alkaline, so it will also help to buffer the potassium load. So it's actually well recommended as long as always discuss with your dietitian and healthcare professional for further advice if you think it's necessary.
Vidya might have some interesting cooking techniques which might overcome the risk of high potassium, because certain vegetables are certainly high in potassium, but you can use the right cooking technique to reduce the potassium content. You want to elaborate on that, Vidya?
Yeah, probably some of these vegetables we can cook with water and throw away the water, because all the potassium and those minerals which will get drained into the water, we can discard them, and we can eat the vegetables with the other spices and flavors, and we can still enjoy a nice meal. Probably one more thing that we need to be mindful of is we need to make, even in plant-based diet and vegetarian diet, we need to make the right choices. For example, eat steam cooked, preferably more than a fried item. You know, we can enjoy both, but in moderation, and that would be.
Yeah, that's an important point you highlighted, Vidya. In fact, I fully agree. Vegetarian diet doesn't necessarily mean healthy diet. It depends on how you cook it. For example, if you fry it and if you use a lot of saturated fat, that is not healthy. The way you cook it decides whether you are eating healthy vegetarian diet or unhealthy vegetarian diet. So be mindful about the cooking methods and the amount of oil you use.
Thank you very much. So we're going to end soon. So basically, save lives, eat less meat. You know, every day you can see that from the 2 years ago, 2,443 animals being killed a day. So we are moving towards 2021. So basically, 2 reminds us about every day 2 portions of fruits. Another 2 is 2 portions of vegetables per day, and then 0, hopefully no more sickness, and 1 you can be part one of us to be adopt a plant-based diet. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year to everyone once again. It's probably time to enjoy our meals.
I would like to invite my colleague also to speak with you a little bit, because she is the brains behind everything that you are experiencing today. Let me invite her.
Maybe later.
Yeah, whenever you signal me, her name is Kavita. You've spoken with her today. She heads all the operations here, and I think she should definitely feature in whatever you're following.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you guys.
How to switch off?
You have to wait for a while.
Is it still on?
It's okay. No worries, just
Is everything so